Well, hello there, and welcome to Sonic Unity. it's a little thing me and my brother-in-law channel we're starting. It is a project of passion and music, and there will be other voices. It will be me, my music, his music, and a couple of other people that may join us in the future. And we will be making dark pop, some dark country, rap, hip hop, trap, and all those things. This song and basically this video is to offer perspective. I am by no means a professional producer or mixer as of yet. Let's start there. This is a little journey of creating music, but I have been mixing music and creating music in my bedroom and in my house for 4 years now, plus minus. And now that I have more time to focus on this kind of thing a little bit, I thought I would give some perspective on how music sounds with that little bit of experience. And to be honest, I'm a bit of a lazy producer sometimes. The first track we're gonna have to, we're gonna have a little look at. The first one's name is Blood Pump. Um, and it is my own personal track. It'll be going under, my Veil 17 or Davy Jacobs name. I'm gonna give a little play, and you can, listen to what it sounds like. And then I will walk through my little mixing process and what I usually do to mix my tracks.
Yeah, it's in my nature to bite off more than I can chew. To always want to climb higher.
Yeah,
And I won't quit.
always going too big, always finding new tricks, always thinking till I'm fucking sick. I'm the kind of guy to grind my mind until I find that fucking that new sound, that new beat, that shit that makes your blood pump, that sick drop that makes it hard.
So it has, this track has a lot of EDM influence and a lot of new metal. Specifically, I'm going to skip forward to the part where my harsh vocals come in real quick. But it is very inspired by new metal and a lot of new bands as well. That's also in the new metal genre, such as Black Gold and all those guys. And Limp Bizkit making a little bit of a return there with their stuff. So when the harsh vocals come in, that is the one thing I am still getting used to. My harsh vocals are not the best. I will walk you through the FX changes now.
Gunning for that fucking throne.
I always want to climb too high, and I always
Go to bed. Now I sentence Now I sentence
Yeah, that's closer to the end of the song. Most of the song is rapping and it is very EDM, hip hop, trap kind of inspired. Um, let's switch off all of the FX that matter. So we're gonna switch off the master bus real quick. And just like that, we have all the extra FX, the important FX that are doing work at the moment. We have them switched off. Now take note, I record a bit differently because it is our own personal music, and I'm not sending it off to a studio. So my guitar tracks, they are panned left to right. I usually go for like a 70, 72, 75, around there. You can hard pan your guitars, but without any FX, anything. The guitars on their own sound like this. Now you see that already without the FX or without the drums, it sounds pretty terrible. Usually, what happens is you record the clean DI, and when you're mixing, you can still fuss around with the guitar tone and the amp sim. I don't do that, however, because I have specific amp sounds that I use. I use the Odenholm Thal amp, so I already have everything set in place that I like. So I'm not gonna go around and play with it afterwards. So let's get the kick drum. With that and the rest of the drums. See, I only mix my kick drum separately because what I like to do, I'm not going to switch it on yet. I like to grab some of that mids and I like to drop it down, increase the high end and a bit of the low end, so it has that nice, you know what I mean? And a nice bit of low end boost. Without that at the moment, it sounds like this with the drums and then the rest of it, it will sound like this. Now I know what you're thinking. AJ, where's the bass track? Now with this song, I avoided a bass track. Usually when I record metal, I add a bass track. But this time, the 808s and a lot of synthesizer bass and the kicks are doing a lot of the bass work. So I decided to avoid getting it extra muddy and that bass. Now the guitar with that FX on, it's a little bit of EQ, and the drums EQ, it will, you can cheer for yourself if you hear a difference. Yeah, the kicks have a little bit of an extra flair to them. Let's switch off their FX real quick again. Let's hear the whole track, everything without any FX, any mixing, programs. Here we go.
Yeah, it's in my nature to bite off more than I can chew. To always want to climb higher,
Yeah,
and I won't quit.
always going too big, always finding new tricks, always thinking till I'm fucking sick. I'm the kind of guy to grind my mind until I find that fucking new. That new sound, that new beat, that shit, the mix, we're gonna eat on, gunning for that fucking throne.
I always want to climb too high, and I always
Go to
Yeah, you see that the metal vocals were too loud, the harsh vocals, as soon as they came in, because without the mixing, they go crazy. Let me just turn that down real quick and hear how horrible it sounds without any mixing programs.
always.
go to bed. Now I stand dancing.
Those who are observant might notice there's a little trickery going on with the vocals. I am mixing two different types of vocals for this track. And the one is heavily frowned upon in the metal scene. And I know it is. I am still working on my vocals and hope to never use inhale vocals much. It is a cheap trick at the moment for me. There are, metal vocalists who do it excellently. They are, masters of it, and they do it safely. I mix my inhales and then I also do exhales. Still a long way to go. Let's hear, real quick. As well as you heard, it makes a massive difference. It had no punch when I played it just now, like nothing at all. So let's see, this will be a lot of my drum stuff. All I did for these, it's my sampled drums and claps and kicks and stuff. I put them all under one thing. I want them to be a little bit more laid back and as a unity. So without any FX, they sound like this. And if we turn on this FX, which is just some reverb and yeah, it's basically just reverb and a tiny bit of spice. Easy Mix has been a blessing, although I don't update my stuff very often and I don't get the new versions because when I get used to something, I'm used to it. With the FX, this is what it sounds like. Gives that room sound. Sounds a bit bigger. Okay. What I do with my vocals when I record is I record it clean, completely. Here's a little program that I found that helps so much with cleaning up vocals. So if that loads in, noise suppressor for voice, RA noise. Man, this thing is magical. I record it into one of these tracks, just a simple track. I don't put any pre-EQ on it. I record it, I drag it down after the vocals is pre-recorded, the proper ones that I like, and I put it through this program. I run it. You can mess around with the settings if you're gonna use the same program, but it's magical. Not sponsored yet, you know. Okay, so for the vocals themselves, when I go into the chain, I also use another program I find to be quite magical. It is Cymatics Voxity. Voxity? Oh, man, I've never said it out loud. So yeah, here you have compression, enhance, EQ, multiply, space. As you can see, I used a bit of multiply on this one. I didn't add the low end. I used to in the song, but no. It feels a bit like cheating. Then we have some space, some reverb and delay going on. I rarely use gain or any kind of amp thing like that on these. Compression, you can check the settings out of these. That's what works the best. I do the quick vocal one. I'm futz around with it a bit until I find something that sounds good. Then in the same, here I have a baby track. Under the Cymatics, I go back to Easy Mix for my aggressive vocals. Symmetric growl, that's what I use. With a tiny bit of the de-esser going on there, multiband compressor, and a bit of overloud pushing them, and also capping them a bit because they are a bit high. So let's quickly hear the vocals solo without any mixing, except for this noise suppression, because it does a lot, let me tell you that.
Yeah, it's in my nature to bite off more than I can chew. To always want to climb higher,
Yeah.
and I won't quit.
Always going too big, always finding new tricks, always thinking till I'm fucking sick. I'm the kind of guy to grind my mind until I find that fucking new.
Yeah, that is basically that. And then if I switch on this FX right here, which is the Cymatics Voxity.
Yeah, it's in my nature to bite off more than I can chew. To always want to climb higher,
Yeah.
and I won't quit.
Always going too big, always finding new tricks, always thinking till I'm fucking sick. I'm the kind of guy to grind my mind until I find that fucking new. That new.
Yeah, so basically that's what it does. For the metal vocals without the Cymatics, it sounds horrible. I will warn you, it sounds...
Go to bed.
Yeah, there you could hear the inhale as well. My vocals are not that excellent yet. But then I switch on the Cymatics, and then I will switch on my Easy Mix. And then it sounds like this.
Always.
Go to bed. Now I think I'm sick.
Yeah, so it's, it's fine for now. What I do with my metal vocals, one track in the center, and then two backup, and right and left. You want to avoid panning them, to the same amount that the guitars panned, because things might get muddy. So I go for these for like a nearly 60 or like a 57. That's what these are on. Yeah, so then those are the vocal tracks, and I'm gonna go over the guitar and show you what I did there real quick. Most of the other stuff, sometimes I add more effects on things and sometimes I don't. It really depends on what the song is asking of me and when I'm happy with a song. And standards are not too high at the moment, to be honest. I just go until I think I'm happy with it. So, where's my guitar track here? All I did for the guitar track is boosting around the mids a bit, dropping the highs and dropping the lows, you know? My lows are around, where is that? Yeah, it's, what, that's 75? 74, 75. And my highs, yeah, 1200. And the mids, I boost a tiny bit at 1300. Yeah, I hope this has given some perspective. I also want to show that this is doing a lot of the work when it comes to bass. It is just the 808 and some bass stuff, although I dropped it out a bit here. I really didn't want it to punch too much. I wanted the guitars to sound gnarly and raunchy, and basically just have these running with the heavy bit. Oh no, wait a minute, I have lied to you completely. I did record bass. Sorry, I forgot I recorded bass for this, but it is fairly low. Yes, I have lied to you a bit there because I have forgotten. Yeah, that is without, this is what it sounds like without the master track. You see, it basically has almost no punch. So then I switch on the master track, I put my vocals back up, and it sounds like this.
Be back, filling it with every type of beat. Singing it, screaming it, rapping it, bitch. Shit that makes your blood pump. That sick drop that makes your heart stop. That good shit that proves I'm on the top.
I always
Go to bed. Now I sentence it.
You know, even with my level of experience, which is not much when it comes to vocals, I've been playing guitar for 6 years now. So my guitar skills are a bit better, and my mixing skills are fine. You know, they're not top notch. But I feel like I get to a result that is fine. And I use low-end things. My PC is fairly low-end. I use direct input into the PC when I record guitars, direct input with the mic when I record vocals. You know, so all my stuff is low-end. This is perspective on what you might be able to do. You know, just because you don't have expensive equipment or an expensive guitar or all these things, you can still get a song that sounds like a song.
Yeah.
And I won't quit.
Always going too big, always finding new tricks, always thinking till I'm fucking sick. I'm the kind of
I will, being a complete metalhead though, I will say this last part is my favorite. It is inspired heavily by the Browning. There's a bit where, yeah, I saw the one live show, and at that one specific bit, if you do know the Browning, then you'll know this. Except, their line is just, wake up. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was fun recording this first little thing for Sonic Unity Records. And I will see you guys in the next video. Next time I'll probably have a guest, one of the vocalists that will sing on some tracks for the Dark Country, probably Charles, or my other friend and rapper, Caden, Lil KD. We have big plans, a lot of music coming, a lot of genres, a lot of mixing and stuff. I have been Baby Jacobs, aka AJ, and this is Sonic Unity Records. Subscribe and like if you want more. Thank you for watching.